SEIU. Yeah, we're not on strike because, first of all, like, I was offered a job position, a promotion, and I said yes because, I'm always willing to help. That's one of my strengths, and that's why I'm here working with the district. I like helping. I got a lot to offer, and so I took the position, but it was a 6-hour position. And it put me in a very difficult situation because I have 2 kids and a wife. I have a family, my wife, my 2 kids, and sometimes I can't make ends meet. So I have to find a second and third job, side hustles to really make ends meet.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you think of UTLA's show of support for...
UTLA, man, totally. They know. We work hand in hand with the teachers. They know exactly what we're going through. And they care about us. We're human beings, They know we're like them and they're like us, We all go through the same things. They got families. They got bills to pay. And it's unfortunate that, they always tell us, like, how come this and how come you guys don't do this? And we're basically, we work hand in hand and they just get paid a little more than we do, but we're on the lower end of the deal. We get the worst end of the deal. So they're supportive, so we're a team with the teachers, us assistants, so
right.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that UTLA may be going out on strike in the near future. Would you support SEIU going out in solidarity?
Absolutely. SEIU, UTLA, if they're on strike, we're with them too. We understand. They're very talented, very smart, very good people, and it's unfortunate, that sometimes, the people willing to give all and the most are the people that get paid the least, and we're generally, like, we're on the pay scale, we get, if you compare them to engineers or whatever, we're a lot, they get paid a lot less when we educate and help the future, the children, our posterity, so we don't, I think we're always scrambling, money is a difficult thing. It's a rewarding job, but it's a very difficult, on the economy, it's challenging to be on that end.
And do you feel that there have been any major lessons of the strike or anything else you'd like to leave?
Absolutely. I think the lessons is that, two separate teams, got, or not teams, but 2 separate unions, got together and unified, and I don't know why we're not just one union, you know what I mean? But we stand together on this. We both know the plight that we're in economically, and we both know our jobs, and we do our job with a passion, and we make results, and we should get paid for it, plain and simple.
I'm a special education assistant. Been doing it for over 25 years. Where I'm coming from is that I've only gotten a $6 raise in 25 years. We got these little bullshit bonuses and these little 3% raises every 2 or 3 years. How could I live with that kind of money? And who would ever get paid in that situation for 25 years working for one specific district, doing a lot for special education students, but getting paid pennies. But yet we get treated like shit, and we have the superintendent talking about fairness when he's making over $440,000 a year. 25 years that I put in sweat, tears, dedication, and $6. And then now you have all this COVID. We're paying, gas has gone up triple. Gasoline has gone up, I don't know how much. Power, etc., rent, keep going and going and going. And we're supposed to settle for this bullshit.
And what do you think of UTLA's support for SEIU?
I think it's good and bad. It's good because we're stronger together, but it's bad because I wish that our non-existence would have been felt primarily just us. We feel that with teachers alone, they would have this district goes to shit. And why? Because number one, there would have been no cafeteria workers to serve food. Number two, there would not be janitors to have clean restrooms, have how do you say specific there would have been a mess, shit everywhere. It just would not be what's that word where there's no cleanness, where it's not hygiene, sanitize, all this stuff. And then you go with special ed, would not be able to support kids that are handicapped, kids that have to have support. There'd be lawsuits. I just think it would have showed more of a dysfunction, and it would have made more of a presence felt without classified transportation, without all these other ones who support the whole school. I honestly think that we make more of an impact than teachers. But I wish the support should have still been there. Like we were talking about, they should have been there for us before school, during lunch, after school. But we wanted all the lawsuits and all the stuff to, unfortunately, we would like parents to have made more of a ruckus because of things happening to their kids or to whatever. And I think it would have showed up a bigger impact in that way. Now the schools are closed, so what do you show? Like, there's nothing to show because it's just closed.
You were talking before about how you thought the strike should not have been only 3 days, but should have been indefinite.
Yeah, because now it gives them a leverage. It gives the powers that be saying, oh, they'll be back in 3 days. Who gives a shit? Now we're saving all this money on paying 60,000 workers, whether it be 30,000 classified SEIU and another 30,000 teachers. We save all this money. We don't get no lawsuits because they're all at home. Something happens to these kids, it happens on their time, not on our premises. Something happens in our premises, then they got to deal with it. If these kids are running around doing all the stuff that they shouldn't be doing, they don't have nothing to worry about. The whole point was for shit to be happening on school time, school facilities, on school then. It's like, that's when shit should have been happening. And it should have been the unknown. The unknown is like, fuck, are they willing to go for 2 weeks? Are they willing to go for a month? But we're basically telling them, no, we'll be back in 3 days. That's the part that we didn't like.
Just one other question. How would you say things have changed during the time that you've been working in the district?
I think they've been worse as far as like respect and as far as like seeing classified SEIU members as an important factor in the LAUSD system.
Have the working conditions changed at all?
They haven't, no. It's just been the powers that be, like as far as the pay and as far as like more students in classrooms and as far as being taken advantage of. That part has gone worse, yeah. For me, not much because I've been around for 25 years, so I'm to the point where like I maybe have another 5-6 years, so it is what it is. But like I'm not gonna complain over spilled milk and saying like we should have been doing this way back, because it is what it is. So I can't really speak for myself like saying I've learned something or not. But as far as like the employees who've only here for 2-3 years, I hope that they learned something. Like, hey, don't wait, to the next contract, then do something about it. And don't wait like 15 years, 20 years, whatever it be.
So one of the reasons why I'm standing in solidarity with SEIU Local 99, the biggest, most egregious thing they have done is locked employees in a room not allowing them to vote to strike. This isn't the 1900s. Like, where are we at? We're in Los Angeles. Not only that, people send their babies to the district to be protected and cared for, and they're locking employees in a room? Like, where are we? Are we not in the United States of America? What's happening?
And a moment ago, you were describing some of the other egregious things that. Could you describe some of those?
I know not. Part of the evaluation of an employee that they attended too many quote unquote union meetings, sharing what was shared in a union meeting with other employees, threatened to fire workers who participated in a strike. These are laws have been passed against these things. Again, why would a parent choose to send their child to a school district who's treating their employees like this, keeping them in poverty? Those are our parents and students that we're working with. Why would you want that? Why wouldn't you want to uplift your employees when you yourself got a 26% raise and all they're asking for is a living wage?
And could you describe your working conditions apart from these sorts of acts of intimidation?
My working conditions are actually pretty good, considering we're in a new school in South Los Angeles, Dr. Maya Angelou Community High School. We're in our 11th year of being in operation. My principal is okay. I mean, he's not the best, he's not the worst. He knows the power of our union at our school, thankfully, and so he allows us some leeway, and he works with me. We both lead the school together, thankfully, but it shouldn't be that way. It should be automatic. If the teachers elect a person to represent them, then that person should be helping the principal lead the school.
And what do you think of UTLA's show of support for SEIU?
I'm so happy it finally happened. I don't know why it took so long. UTLA isn't the great, thankfully we've stepped ourselves up in union-wise. And this is one of our ways that we have stepped ourselves up. One union member does not cross another union member's picket line. I have had to school my own teachers in this, but it's fine as long as we learn and we move forward. Now, UTLA, SEIU Local 99, we're together. You're not ever going to stop that now. That alliance has been formed. We're moving forward, and we're going to make sure our students get the schools they deserve.
This is the largest strike in the U.S. since, I think, 2019.
Nice!
Do you have any lessons of the strike or thoughts that you'd like to leave listeners with?
The more solidarity, the better. I know when we rallied at Grand Park the other day, other unions joined us, AFL-CIO, carpenters unions, all kinds of unions throughout LA. Honestly, we need to start doing that a lot more often. We all need to stay together because we're all the working class. And when we bind together, then that's when change actually takes place. So let's do this. Let's unite. Let's have each other's backs. Let's make sure not to cross picket lines and make sure that they're publicized so that we know we're not going to cross each other's line.
Could you repeat that?
I'm just thankful that the two unions are finally working together. Never before in our history have we been able to, and considering we're the number-wise the most workers the district has, we represent their workers, and I'm very thankful that SEIU Local 99 and UTLA have finally been able to come together and fight for the schools that students deserve. That's all we're fighting for. We're not fighting for greedy teachers, greedy workers, none of that. And I know the public doesn't agree with that. I know they understand our working conditions and they know that it's needed, but I'm happy that we've finally been able to come together, considering, you know, UTLA's been around since like the 70s or whatever it was, and they've never been able to get on the same page. I never understood that as a union member, and I'm thankful now that I'm in here and I'm an active member, and that we're able to be in solidarity with each other. This is how change happens, yes. Honestly.
Yeah, and this is the biggest strike wave in California and the country in quite a few years. Would either of you like to comment on your experiences in the strike, or?
I love it. I mean, she's my former student, and the fact that I'm here fighting with her together, I mean, she deserves to be able to make a living wage, and she can't. Right now, the district is like, no, you don't deserve that. But she works her butt off. She's there Monday through Friday, you know, helping our kids out. And if you're really there for our students, then, you know, put your money where your mouth is. You know, he took a 26% increase. Why not them? You know, what's the difference? You know, you ain't doing nothing. You're not in the schools. You're not teaching our kids. You're not helping them.
And why keep people in poverty when you don't have to? These are people who are raising students within our district. Like, why would you want students in our district kept in poverty? Why? When really, you know it hurts them.
It really questions, like, are you really here for our kids? No, you're not. What your actions are telling me you're not. You want to keep them down at the bottom, giving them the bare minimum, you know, continue criticizing our data, our test scores, but you're really not putting the resources where they need to be at.
Could you describe some of the working conditions and poverty conditions that students and teachers are facing in the public education system?
Oh. Not enough teacher assistants. We have over 300 students that are English learners. We have 2 TAs. Two. So that means students who do not speak English are in classrooms with teachers who only speak English. How are they supposed to learn?
And pushing, I understand you want to push them to learn the language, yes, but where is the support? It cannot just be with the 2 TAs that we have.
Or we have 2 building and grounds, that's what we call our janitorial staff. For over 1,600 students, you have 2 people to clean the campus? Yeah, guess what? We have vacancies because you're not paying enough to people, so they don't want to come and do the job.
If this was a school on the west side, the parents would have had that principal. The parents would have had a Carvalho. But because these parents don't know their rights, or they don't have the time because they're working multiple jobs to support their kids, or they're scared that they're going to be told, you know, to INS, you know, that's the only reason they're being taken advantage. It's not right. Our kids suffer too much, and we're supposed to be an environment that helps them and protects them and help them grow and reach their goals. But we're really fighting against this system.
And at the same time that funds to public education are being cut, the charters and private schools are expanding. Could you describe how that's affecting your working conditions?
We're a co-located school where there's a charter in our school, and literally they have no African American students, no special ed students. Because what they do is, for the one English learner that they had 1 teacher teaching them for the whole day. What is that kid learning? They're not being, you know, involved in all the other activities or regular classes. They're just being sheltered. And so they get away with whatever it is because the district is like, oh yeah, you're giving us the money that we're asking, but because we're affiliated with them, they're like, no, you need to follow this, you need to follow that. And we're doing our best with what little they're giving to us. And I mean, our teachers are working their butts off. I mean, our TAs are communicating with our kids and being like, this is what you need to do. I mean, but nobody else, you know, where's the district? Don't just give us money. Give us that support that we need.
What do you think of the support that UTLA has shown for SEIU and the joint work between the 2 unions?
I love it. Again, it should have happened a long time ago, but it's happening now, and we're behind our brothers and sisters. I'm here for them. They deserve to be able to survive in the world, you know, and it's not luxury, it's just the bare minimum. We're not asking for a 26% raise and then 90% more, 90,000 more that he's gonna get. That's not what we're asking for. We just want to be able to survive.